Right. We talk about this quite frequently, and it's an encouraging thing that's happening across America where parents are engaging in public education and students are also standing up. It should be the adults, all right? And w- I see this in girls' sports where, men aren't doing anything and the girls have to stand up. Well, last month, students at Percoman Valley High School, this is in Pennsylvania, staged a walkout to protest their school district's new bathroom policy, allowing students to use the bathroom of their self-described gender identity. Now, the walkout was sparked after school officials failed to enact a policy requiring students to use the facility of their biological sex, despite safety objections from female students. Now, what triggered this was actually a parent who spoke out on behalf of his daughter. What a novel idea. Actually, fathers standing up and speaking out for their children and for their daughters. Well, joining me now is that parent, Tim Jagger. He brought attention to the bathroom policy after the school officials dismissed his daughter's complaints of men in the girls' bathroom. Tim, welcome to Washington Watch.
Hello, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, Tim, let me first say thank you for being a man and for standing up and doing what men should be doing all across this country.
Yes, thank you. And there's more and more people like us standing up, and it's really good to see. And I'm glad to see it's happening more across the country that people are taking their children's safety and risk in their own hands and standing up and talking at school board meetings and bringing this to light.
Now, you spearheaded this effort to reverse this policy after your daughter told you about a boy in the high school girls' bathroom, but it led to the students then actually walking out of the high school. Kind of walk us through what happened, how this all developed.
Well, it all started with the board meeting. Well, actually, I guess the very beginning was my daughter told me about the incident where she was in the bathroom on her first day of high school. And she was like, I believe a boy came in. And I was like, really? So following a couple of days, I asked her about it. And at that point, she just replied that she was no longer using the bathrooms there. She was afraid to go in the facilities. So then I had reached out to the school principal who had responded, admitting that they allow people to go into the bathroom depending on their gender identity. And at that point, I had made a post on Facebook then bringing it to more of the community's eyes because many people, just like myself, weren't informed about this. Even members of the board, they were not aware of this policy that biological men were being allowed into the women's bathroom and vice versa. So at that point, the board, they tried to enact policy, and then it got struck down. And after it was struck down, then the students took it upon themselves to start talking about a walkout. And then what we have is what you see in that video, about 400 or 500 students walked out of the school in protest that one day.
And then as a result, the school board voted on the policy again and actually enacted the policy protecting females in the restrooms and other facilities.
Correct. Yes. In the last meeting that we had this past Monday, they did pass policy 720 that was limiting, biological men into the men's room, biological women into the women's room. And there's multiple single stall bathrooms, unisex bathrooms that are available for anybody that's uncomfortable. And they also opened up some of the staff bathrooms also for just to have extra and adequate bathroom facilities for people that are uncomfortable using the bathrooms that align with their biological sex.
So, Tim, final question for you. What would you say to parents across the country, in particular men, all right, about addressing this nonsense? We know this is not right. This is foolishness, but people are afraid to speak out. What would you say to those fathers who know this is going on in their schools?
You just have to speak up. I mean, I knew myself that I was going to endure plenty of hatred and anger against me, but you just need to stand up for your children and other people's children that don't know what's going on. I mean, it's basic biologics. I mean, men should be in the men's room, girls in the girls' room. Same with sports, and it's all about the safety and privacy of our children. The young children that are in a school setting, they should be learning about education and not being brought into this gender ideology phases. It has no right being in school at this time.
So, what has been the response? Have you gotten support from other parents after you stood up and spoke about this?
Yes, I've gotten plenty of support from other parents. I've had people from other school districts actually reach out to me asking about the processes because they're looking at trying to perform the same thing in their districts. So it's encouraging to hear others standing up and reaching out. And I've received messages from all over the country in different states from people that are applauding me for standing up and saying something. But at the same time, it's not just me; it's our entire community. Like my community, we came together, and we're a very good team, and we all have each other's backs to say, and we all support each other, which is very good to see.
Tim Jagger, I want to thank you. Courage breeds courage. And so as more men step forward, others will step up as well. So I want to thank you for making a difference right there in your own community and literally across the country. Thanks for joining us today.
Yep, thank you.